What's good, everybody? It's your boy Cameron, and welcome back to the second episode of our MyTeam weekly series. If you guys would like to see more of these, let me know down in the comments and smash like on this video. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date. But let's get into what I have done this week. Alrighty, so here we are. So as you guys see, just going over what we've done this week here. So as you guys see, as soon as we could, we unlocked the auction house for everything, so we can now buy and sell things on the auction house, which is in my team an extremely important thing to do. And you know, it helps you get money, especially when you're not paying a single cent for cards and packs and all that. It's just a lot easier to just be able to use all that. As you see on the screen as well, I'm selling all the shoes. So when I sell the shoes, I look to see if there's an open 3-point shot attribute stat boost. If there is, then I look on the auction house, see how much they're going for and all that. And then if it's selling for a lot, then I'll sell the shoe in the auction house. I haven't actually got an open 3-point shot shoe yet, so I haven't done that yet. But for now, I've just been quick selling everything. To improve my team and all that, I've just been kind of looking for new players and all that, especially when like new packs come out. Make sure when new packs come out, just look them up, because they're cheaper as soon as they come out. So if you can, buy them and then hold on to them for a while, and then you could probably resell them at a higher price and make a little bit of profit. I know you're going to probably have to hold on to them quite a little bit, but it does help when you're holding on to when you hold onto the card and then you're able to sell it, and also at this early time you can actually use them as well. So it's actually kind of like a win-win. You get a good player that you can use, and also you can resell them later on and start making a little bit more MT for your team and all that. As you can see on the screen, I'm trying to grab Shaquille O'Neal. It's a bit glitched right now, and it says he's as a sapphire. He has blue cards, so that means he's a sapphire, but you can only get him in. You have to put in ruby for him to pop up. It's a bit weird and all that. I didn't figure that out until later. I'm not sure if I got footage of me actually getting Shaquille O'Neal, but I do end up getting him. I have already got him. I'll probably show you guys that at the end of the video. As you guys see, before I got Shaq, I needed to grab a center here, and I'm looking through the rewards, and I was like, DeMarcus Cousins. He seems like a pretty good, solid center for us. But also make sure you use your reward cards. They are going to be so handy. They're so handy to use, especially when you're not trying to buy everything and all that. Reward cards, they are the stuff. And I'll also show you more at the end of this video of, you know, me getting all the as many rewards cards as possible and all that. And I'm almost on to Sapphire during the week. I haven't exactly been no-lifing this mode because I have been doing rebuilds. I've been out doing stuff, and also I've done a little bit of my career as well. So, yeah, so I haven't been grinding my team, but for the first half of the week, I was grinding it a little bit, so I did progress very nicely. And I might have accidentally splurged and used I bought 2 packs to see what I could get. Don't worry, I didn't get anything, so I didn't really put it in. But there we go. So we do end up getting DeMarcus Cousins here, which I think is a very nice center to put onto your team, especially when you're not trying to buy everything, when you're not using VC to buy MT and then get packs and all that. So all that, as you see, I was starting Serge Ibaka, and now that I've got DeMarcus, I've got a Sapphire and a whole lot of Emeralds in my starting lineup. As you see, I've got Lloyd Pierce as a coach here. I'm pretty sure very soon I do upgrade my coach. If you can get a better coach as well, it helps out especially with like systems and all that. It does help boost your players' stats. Especially, like I said before, I'm going to keep repeating it. Especially at at an early phase of my team, it's so important to try and boost everything you can on your team and all that. So like getting a good coach that suits your system works 100%. And as you see, I've got 9,000 MT. I haven't spent a single cent on the game. I've got 9,000 MT, and I've just been looking, and I'm like, oh yeah, Emerald, I can probably afford a Sapphire coach. And because I didn't want to exactly go ham, I ended up going with an Amethyst coach, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was if I do remember correctly, I did end up getting a Mike Malone from the Denver Nuggets. He's a Pacers-based system, which is very good for me. It does help. It does provide nice little attribute stats for Derrick Rose and my lineup there. So as you see on screen, it's Amethyst here. I'm going looking around. I do look at Mike Budenholzer and Mike D'Antoni a bit. I also look at Doc Rivers, but then I end up ultimately going for Mike Malone. He is a little bit cheaper. He is nicer to grab, but he does suit me a lot more. So yeah, I just do that. But don't go for Mike Malone 100% of the time just because I did it. Go whatever suits you, what your style of play is, and make sure you read backs of cards like I am. I read all the cards and all that, so make sure you read all that to see what best suits your team. So yeah, I am looking at Mike Malone here. It is a pace and space system, and I think it's probably the best for the team here. So I see Mike Malone, and then I'm going to offer that bid, buy it now for $2,500. Like I said, coaches aren't exactly expensive at the moment, so you can go snag yourself up a coach. Real easy. It's real easy, real quick, and it helps you out, helps your team out a lot just to grab a coach from just the auction house real quick, and it's not too expensive. So also, as you can see here, I'm adjusting all the minutes and all that for how I like to play. If they don't exactly love the system, then make sure you just give them less minutes or just don't play them at all. As you can see, it fits my two players, Victor Oladipo and Derrick Rose, very nicely, so I am 100% okay with that. As you can see, I'm almost at 80 overalls for both my offense and defense, which is awesome there. So yeah, as you also see, I'm changing all the minutes of the rotation and all that as well, trying to save a little bit of contracts as well. So yeah, basically, I'm just trying to save as much as possible, trying to get everything just moving as effectively as possible, just trying to optimize everything without spending a cent on the game. It is a little bit more difficult, but it is possible. You don't give up, just keep going. You can do it. So, as you see, I'm still adjusting rotations here just to try and get the most perfect one there. So, while I was doing that, I did notice that my power forward, I was a little bit lacking at power forward, so I was like, ooh, I kind of want to see what I can grab up here. And Draymond Green, for me, was looking very nice because he can play a bit of defense. He can shoot the three ball. Not crazy good, but enough. I kind of get used to his release real good as well. So, as you see, I did look at LaMarcus Aldridge as well, but Draymond Green, to me, was just a little bit better of an investment. I think I'll use him a little bit more. So, yeah, as you see, I'm trying to find I keep saying DeMarcus. Draymond Green as cheap as possible. I did end up getting him for like just under 3, I think, if I remember correctly, because he's not, like I said before, nothing's going too expensive at the moment. Sapphires are quite easy to come across. You just have to grind a bit of domination and maybe do the weekly challenges and the moments challenge and all that. As you guys will see in a set, like once I finish all this, you guys will see what I have done during this week, like progression wise, domination, like challenges and all that. You guys will see all that and how I've been getting my MT and all that. As you see, I buy Draymond Green for $3 grand, and which is a good investment for a good power forward. I still use him as my starting power forward right to this day, as you guys will probably see again at the end of this little monologue thing. As you see, we're at the rewards section again now, and I'm looking around. I think I end up going with either Paul Pierce, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because I was like, oh, maybe we need another power forward, and I saw that he had the catch and shoot badge, which will be very good for pacing and spacing. Pacing and spacing. So I was like, yeah, no, I'll grab up Paul Pierce. He'll be a nice little addition to our team. He's no longer starting at small forward, if I remember correctly, but you guys will see in a bit. I have trouble finding good small forwards because they're quite expensive, small forwards are, but you know, what else can you really do? Like, I could probably go for like a Ben Simmons or a Jimmy Butler, but I am okay with how my rotation is and my lineup is at the moment and all that. So it's fine. I don't mind it not having any like real good small forward, because I don't really play with our small forward very much. I normally play either through Victor Oladipo and Derrick Rose, so it's alright for me. I'm okay with it. So as you see, Paul Pierce is average, which is not what I wanted to see as much, but his three-point shot does get boosted, so I'm very happy there. As I am going through here, I'm still adjusting rotation and all that. So I'm looking at my rotation. I'm like, I could probably go with a better center. As you guys see in my rotation, that I got silvers and bronze down the bottom. That's just to save contracts. It's literally just a contract saving thing to try and not spend as much MT as possible. That's basically the entire point of this entire series, is to try not to spend any VC. So any VC, any MT, it's basically all that I'm trying to do. So while I was looking for a center, I did come across a Nikola Vucevic, and I was like, ooh, he can space the floor a bit better. He's a little bit of a higher overrated overall, so I did end up going for Vucevic here. I do manage to find one for quite cheap as well, which is awesome. I do recommend using this Vucevic card. He does have good shooting badges if you want to space the floor. Vucevic is a very nice little piece for you to start at your center position. It's very nice. I'd also advise using Shaq, but again, that depends on what type of system you use. I do end up going with Nikola Vucevic. I only paid $2 grand for him, which is quite cheap, and I liked that very much, so I did end up grabbing a Vucevic, and he's now my starting center at the time as well. Right now, I think he's still my starting center. Even though he's a lower overall than Shaq, he's still my starting center because he can space the floor and all that, and I love seeing that. I also like his release as well. His release is quite nice. So as you guys see, my lineup there, I moved DeMarcus down to the bench and all of that as well. So yeah, that's basically all that I've done. I think there's a few more moves coming up here. So yeah, as you see, I'm adjusting the rotation again, just trying to get a better fit for Vucevic. Just trying to optimize the rotation, really trying to get the most out of everyone's minutes. But yeah, as you see, the last thing that I do here is I grab Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr, I don't move him I don't start him. He's coming off the bench. Victor Oladipo is still my starting shooting guard. I just use him, but anyway, I've got to take you back to the actual live Cameron. Alrighty, so as you guys saw and all that, all my rewards, all the cards collection and all that, I have done all this domination. So I've done the first set of, I've done the Northwest domination, 3 stars, and I've done most of the Pacific region, division, sorry, with 3 stars as well. I still got to do the Clippers and the Golden State Warriors. I did grind a little bit, but like I said just before, I haven't been grinding all the time. So that's basically all that I really did there. I also did challenges. I did the weekly challenges, and which I suggest doing 100%, do those, because they're quite easy to do and they give you nice rewards towards the end. Not so much here, it's kind of like a waste, but still, it's nice to get these, and you also get tokens as well, which you can use as well. So, and then I'm going to go into the rewards tab here for you guys to see what I've done. I've done I've redeemed 6 of those, so as you guys saw, I got Steve Kerr, DeMarcus Cousins, I'm pretty sure I got Boban Marjanovic. Yeah, there's a whole lot of people that I've gotten. They're not there anymore, so I'm just going to go into my team here for you guys. I'll show you guys it here. As you guys see, Derrick Rose is now a Ruby. I've evolved him there. I've put Carmelo Anthony. I got him in a free agent pack. I'm not supposed to use him there, though. I will keep using Paul Pierce. He's still there. I got Dana Barros from my collector rewards, so he is starting. Paul Pierce, I'm still using Draymond Green and Nikola Vucevic and all that. So as you guys see, I do have Boban, Steve Kerr, Victor Oladipo. That is a huge card. If I suggest getting Victor Oladipo as much, he's a great player. I like using that card. That is a crazy good card. Yeah, so basically, if I go over to my best lineup over here. Well, dang. So yeah, there we go. So now we got an all 81s across the board, which is awesome to see. So that's my best lineup there, as you guys can see there. I've still got Mike Malone as my coach as well, so there's really not a lot else that I can really do there. So, but yeah, that's basically all. So as you guys can see, my Derrick Rose is a Ruby now, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. I can't evolve him any more than he already is, so he's at his max it could be. Dwayne Wade, as you can see, you can get him from the Spotlight challenges here, and I suggest getting him. He's nice, just keep evolving him. He does become a great player. I think these evolution cards are going to come in clutch, just especially if you're grinding from nothing to something. Yeah, it helps you just use them in domination, and you can just easily grind everything up there. But that's basically going to do it for this week's My Team video. If you guys would like to see this more often, let me know down in the comments. If you guys are enjoying it, please be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It does help out the channel. It helps out. I appreciate it very much if you guys could do that. But I'll see you guys in the next one.